Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm bringing you another video based on Naruto. Of course, chapter 712, Boruto manga leaked early this week. And of course, yes, this is spoiler alert. So if you probably do not care, if you just want to be spoiled what's it going to be about, you're welcome to stay. But if you do not want to be spoiled and you want to finish the actual main manga itself, you're welcome to do that. So here we go without further ado. So Boruto, the manga, is set to be released early this week, of course, and the spoilers have already emerged. With that being said, here are some scans. There's some scans on the website you can look at, of course. I have it here in my article. You can go to designtrend.com and you could look for the title Naruto 712 Boruto manga leaked early this week. Read spoiler here. That's what the title says. And in my basically I just read over his article or hers, and I basically put my own article together, basically summarizing what it's about. So let's begin. So if you remember, the chapter that came out recently has to do with Mitsuki and his history with Orochimaru. Orochimaru lied to Mitsuki, stating that he was his son, but the truth is, turns out that he's not his son. Mitsuki is basically a younger version of the older Mitsuki, which basically set up a fight in order to make him believe that he was the one that erased his memories, and then we're going to get his memories back, which was the case, of course. But apparently the scientific project actually succeeded, and Mitsuki now has his own will. He's able to think for himself. Another thing we know about Mitsuki is, just like Kabuto, he knows the Sage Mode technique. In other words, he's a very strong character, yet has to be seen probably with the new rookies of the Boruto series. They probably have no idea that this guy has that much energy, has amassed that amount of power in his repertoire, of course. So let's get going. And in the spoiler, the older version of Boruto fighting against a strange character with tattoos all over his body is being shown. What's also strange about this is that they are fighting in a destroyed version of the village hidden in the leaves. That's what's strange about this. So basically, is it possible that the hidden leaves gets destroyed again? Maybe, maybe not. Or it could be just a genjutsu. Boruto will create once a month, will be released once a month. This issue is weekly Shonen Jump. In other words, it's not a weekly issue, but it's more of a monthly type of deal. So basically, you look forward to the chapter monthly, but that means there'll be very long chapters. Not something you can just fly through effortlessly. Keep that in mind. So Boruto released once a month. It's a shooter, of course. Chapter is over 50 pages long. Just like I said, so there's nothing to skulk at, nothing you can actually fly through. You're gonna have to actually sit there, read it word for word, and get the gist of it. Recently, Naruto chapter 711 showcased all of this and more. Things about the core Naruto world. For one, Orochimaru is not a devious person like he used to be in the past. Of course, he still engages in immortal human being projects, scientific projects to make and try to find out how to possibly become immortal. But he's not as devious as he used to be with evil intentions. He just wanted somebody he could pass his will on to, except Mizuki awoke in his own will. Mizuki could not care less who is a real Mizuki, him or the older one, or if Orochimaru was his parent. He said, I'm going to take you both out. And that's all there is to it. So basically, the whole point for that was for him to unleash his Sage Mode technique, which he did. He has one measly horn, by the way, on his middle of his forehead. But he's pretty strong. And guarantee you there's probably going to be a DLC on this when we finally finish Mizuki's story. They probably are working on the DLCs already, such as Boruto's little sister, Himawari, and many other characters that were showcased. They're probably already working on DLC and drawing them up, but till the time gets there, we have this to hold us at bay. So, but it seems he now does so with the intention of learning about the world, not destroying it, but rather building it. We saw that with this, his two artificial Mitsuki clones, both characters don't seem to hold contempt towards him. They don't seem to hold anything against him at this point. He wants them to find their own path, and it finally succeeded with the younger version finding his own path, of course. Mitsuki's personal chapter hinted to what may be quite the action-packed sequel that could be building up in the Boruto sequel, of course. Considering Mitsuki's strength, it's unlikely that we will be wasted as a fighter. As he currently stands, he is without a doubt stronger than both Boruto and Sarada for now. I guarantee you Boruto and Sarada will surpass him like it was nothing, though. Kabuto used his Dragon Sage ability, of course, to face off against Orochi, try and face off against Orochimaru and the current Oda Mizuki, of course, backing him up to a corner saying, you know, I now have my own will. You no longer have any control of me. And he says, I will take care of you pretty much when the time comes. What Orochimaru pretty much stated. He basically said, yeah, he now has his own will. I guarantee he will be back. And when he's back, he will take care of us personally and dispose of us. And that's all there is to it. So if these spoilers point to anything, it's that Boruto will be filled with conflict as, you know, the series unfolds. So that's one thing that states here in the article. So let's continue here. We have another thing here, another announcement for you guys. It's a very long, it could be like not a super long video. Okay, so we go. So Naruto Next Generation Boruto manga spoilers powerful villain unveiled. Naruto dies and Boruto activates Byakugan in latest teaser. It's a teaser trailer, so we're not sure if it's actually real or not, but let's see. So, the initial pages of Boruto Naruto The Next Generation has been released on Monday, showcasing the brand new villain and stating that he's pretty tough. This guy has tattoos all over his body. Who the heck knows who this guy is? I have no idea, but roughly a week before its debut release on May 9th, teaser pages of Boruto manga series were included in this week's issue of Shisui Shonen Jump manga. A new character named Kawaki has just been introduced, and it seems to be the new villain in this series. Kawaki, the Mohawk guy seen in the previous Boruto hype poster, has some real destructive power, as you can see, as some pictures indicate that they're fighting in the destructive form of the Leaf Village. So, the alleged serious villain has a tattoo that covers his left and arm extends all the way up to the left eye. And he has one on his fist as well. Keep that in mind. Moreover, he apparently wields the very same black rod used by Pain, Obito, Madara, and Naruto in this series. Individuals who awaken one of the powers stage of the sixth path. So the question is, whose power is this with tattoos embodied all over his body? We don't know as of yet, we're about to find out. Maybe the stage of the sixth path had another sibling he failed to mention. We don't know. Maybe he had cousins. We don't know. So Boruto, on the other hand, is sporting the same set of tattoos. In his right arm, a scar across his right eye. So he possibly has an accident in one of his missions where he gets a scar in his right eye. Probably a testament to Kakashi, of course. He's seen fighting Kawaki on the crumbled face statue of the 7th Hokage, which is Naruto's face. Kawaki mentioned his goal ending the ninja era and threatens Boruto to send him to the place as Naruto, the 7th Hokage. While it's still uncertain if Naruto will finally meet his end in the series, Kawaki's words only suggest that he's strong enough to defeat the hero that we all know and love, of course. Boruto, who inherits his father's will of fire, shows no intention of backing down against his enemy, and he's willing to put a permanent end to this Kawaki guy as he messes around with the village. So, basically, the teaser ends with Boruto waking up in his own bed, of course, wondering if it's just a dream, premonition of things to come. Prior to the release of the teaser pages, of course, Boruto and Naruto Next Generation is already one of the most anticipated manga series this year, largely because of its success for its predecessor. So unlike any other manga that's out there and is doing pretty good, Naruto Boruto is actually the most anticipated of all of them, because its predecessor Naruto, the series, did so well that it is worth paying attention and keeping track of, and it comes out May 9th, by the way. We are almost there next week, Monday. So basically, however, after reading the latest set of pages from the actual manga, it certainly shows more promise that it can stand on its own without relying too much on the elements of the previous series, so we might not have flashbacks or fillers after all. So truly, Boruto Naruto The Next Generation is most followed series for every shinobi dreamers out there. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this Boruto Naruto update. And don't forget, the brand new series begins on May 9th of next week, Monday. And also don't forget they're 50 pages long. So again, you won't be able to just scan through it on seemingly just like the normal Naruto series. You will actually sit there and read, be able to analyze what's going on. And we'll finally get the nitty gritty of this character, Kawaki character, and who the heck is he. Chances are most of these characters will be added as DLCs in the Naruto Storm 4 game. And if they are, it makes for more exciting gameplay. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great day.